Hi everyone. In this video, I would like to demo you the new adapter that was created in the Oracle Integration Cloud, which enables you to easily interact with your on-prem EBS and form systems. The new adapter is the Aura Player adapter. This is my Oracle Integration Cloud environment. I'm on the adapter section, and if we will look for an adapter called or a player, you will see here the adapter that was created for that purpose. Once you have that adapter deployed on your system, you can create connection to our player service manager servers. So once we have that adapter deployed, we can create a connection. A connection maps this adapter to specific service manager server. So in this case, this would be the server that we will be working on. We have some authentication that we need to set to interact with the server. Of course, if you have multiple service manager servers, you can create multiple connections on your environment. And now that we have a connection set in our Oracle integration platform, we can create integration flows that will invoke APIs from this server. In this demo, we will show how we can create a new sales order on our EBS test system, and we'll do it from an integration flow that is created here inside the Oracle Integration Cloud. So I have created an empty integration flow just to save time. It doesn't have much right now, only the root node. And I have defined what I want to have for this API to be as inputs and outputs. So for the inputs, I've said that I need to get customer, the customer name that will be set with the new sales order, item ID quantity, and the price for the item that we are going to order. And for the outputs, I say that I expect this API to return to me this JSON, which includes the status of the action, did it succeed or failed, the new order number that was created on my EBS system, and all the messages that were collected from the EBS system, the pop-up messages, status bar messages, and any error messages that popped up. This is something that service managers know to collect automatically when interacting with the EBS system. So until now, all we did was just to define the inputs and the outputs of this flow. Now let's see how we can call and invoke the API itself from the server. So we will press here the plus sign, and we will choose the connection to the Aura Player Service Manager, that one that exists that we've already defined on our system. We'll give it a name. And now we will be able to see all the available APIs or services on our service manager that was connected with this connection. I will look for a predefined service that I have there. It's called OIC create service sales order. Sorry. So I'll just select this API that I want to invoke. I will put a few more definitions like the method to be posts. And basically, that's it for setting the invocation. Now, the last thing to do is to map the inputs of this whole integration flow to the inputs of the API, and of course do the mapping for the outputs as well. So we have here a mapping object that was created automatically for us. So let's edit it and do the mapping. On the left side, we can see the query parameters that we have set on this flow. On the right side, we can see the parameters that are available on the API that we are invoking on the Service Manager server. So we'll just do the mapping to the correct input. So the customer will be mapped to a parameter called sold to, the item ID to this one, quantity to the quantity, and price to the price. That's it. We have the mapping of our inputs, of the integration flow inputs to the inputs of the available API. Let's press the validate button. Everything is okay. And the last thing we need to do is to do the mapping for the outputs. So we will ask to add another mapping object, this time for the outputs. And now we will map the outputs. So on the left side, we can see the outputs that are available from the API. Just expand it. And on the right side, we can see the outputs that we have defined for this integration flow. So for the status, I will take here an output parameter that's called success. For the order number, I will take the order number. And then for the messages that are coming back from the EBS system, I will do the mapping as well. Pop-up messages, the status message bar, everything that is available. And now let's press the validate button again. And that's it. My flow, my integration flow is ready. I'll press the save button, get out of the editing mode. Now in order to test it, I need to activate it. So I'll activate it. It's being activated. And now I'll try to run it from the environment itself. So first I need to put the values for the input parameters. I've already have here the default inputs. These are the customer, the price, the quantity, and some item ID that exists on my system. And now that I have the inputs set up, I can just press the run button. This will invoke the integration flow, which inside will invoke the API on the Service Manager server. The API on the Service Manager server interacts with your EBS system. Here it is. It was run. We got the response from the API. We can see here the new order number. We can see here the messages. Everything is okay. And we can go to our EBS system. This is our test EBS system that we're working against. And let's look for this. Let's look for this order and see that it actually exists. Here it is. The order was created. You can see here. We move it a little bit. You can see here the ordered item, the quantity, and the price that was set here in the parameters. So everything is working as expected. Now, if we want, this is running the integration from within the the OIC environment. If you want to invoke it from an outside a REST client, we can go here to the endpoint metadata and just copy the URL. Now we can use any REST client that we want. For example, we can demo it on a well-known REST client, Postman. So I'll just create a new request here. I'll put here the URL that I've just copied from the OIC environment. I'll change the method to post. I'll set values to the parameters. Quantity, let's put something here. Price. And also I need to set an authorization to be able to connect to the OIC environment. In our case, it is basic authentication. We have here the username and the password already set up for us. And now I can just press the send button, and this will invoke the integration flow on the Oracle Integration Cloud, which from within will invoke the API to the Service Manager. The Service Manager API will interact with the EBS system and returns us with the results. So here it is. We got back the result. This is the new order number that was created for us. So now everything was invoked from the outside.